It's a beautiful morning out here in the foothills of Kananaskis Country, and we're at Sibbald Lake Campground for the weekend. It's going to be a little more low-key, but I think you'll still enjoy coming along with us for the ride. Here we are along Alberta Highway 68 in an area commonly known as Sibbald Flats, named for the rancher Frank Sibbald, who settled this area in the 1870s. Tucker and I are just out for an early morning walk here. It's a pretty nice day considering it snowed yesterday. Yes, it's June and it snowed. It's not unusual when you're this close to the mountains, but even after 40-some years, I still have trouble getting used to it. And apparently, I'm not the only one. This loop is supposed to be entirely full this weekend, but as you can see, many Calgarians opted to stay away, scared off by the snow. Not us. We're here. We are set up in our little campsite here. And like I said, it's actually a pretty nice day. I think we're going to go for a walk and try and do Ole Buck Mountain and see what we can find. Maybe some geocaches. This entire corridor along Highway 68 is really good for doing gentler and easier hikes. And Sibbald Flats and Sibbald Lake Campground here is right in the heart of the action. It is a really nice spot to spend a weekend.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Is there a fall bulb?
I have no idea. I don't know whether they're
Sorry.
That's okay. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention.
Now, I won't say we got lost, but on our GPS, the map showed a trail that branched off of Ole Buck Loop up to the summit of Ole Buck Mountain. We couldn't find the trail, or what we found and thought was the trail was quite a bit overgrown and was going to be more involved than we were prepared to tackle on this day, so we opted to stay on the Ole Buck Loop instead.
Yeah, I've been here.
I don't think I have.
Now, geocachers being geocachers, we couldn't resist the allure of a series of caches called near Bateman Creek. I had actually done a number of them back in 2013, but for everyone else in the group, this was all new territory. So we took off of Ole Buck Loop and headed up the ridge to head out for the first cache.
Done.
And that, right there, is the textbook definition of needs maintenance.
Yes, definitely got to put that in there. Like there's 2 tabs left. Big hole.
I have to wait for my wife to come rescue me because I just hooked my backpack on a tree and can't move.
Oh,
She's coming.
yes. You're stuck.
Wife assist engaged.
Wife, engaging. All right, let's tuck that string. That was my fault. I didn't tuck it in.
Whoa, did you hear that? It was her fault, not mine. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Of course, going up a ridge means you need to come back down a ridge, and being geocachers, we have to find a creative route to come down.
I don't know. He must have just cut straight up the ridge.
Yay!
No.
Creek crossings always provide an interesting challenge.
I'll take the log way.
Unlike Tucker, we try and stay dry when we come to a water crossing.
And then Dale can pull us up. Do you want to share it, Dale? Made it.
Okie dokie.
Ready? You know the
Hang
way.
on. Yep, okay. Careful. Nice and easy.
Big, huge, gigantic waste stuff.
Next.
Hand me
Get
the
my hands
pole.
dry.
Oh, you want the pole?
Yeah, the pole? Okay.
Yep, then
Oh yeah, as a...
pole on this side and then the pole on
Okay.
that side.
Alright. Good. And up. June 8th.
8.
Okay.
I saw a frog.
I know, I already had that. Now I've got it twice.
I know.
I think I'm going to take that audio out and I'll loop it repeatedly. And this whole section will just be you going, I saw a frog. I saw a frog.
Basically is. I saw a frog. 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 Oh.
There you go.
He's like a little octopus.
Yeah.
He's a McDonald's toy.
Yeah.
It's here. It's supposed to be a.
Okay, again needs maintenance. Okay.
Okay, if this video doesn't go viral, we're never going to achieve success on YouTube.
He's so cute. Look at his eyes.
So thanks to I won't call it a navigation error, but we have to backtrack now to get back to camp, which means we have to cross Bateman Creek again.
Oh, it looks like you just got the thing. Or if you could just slide it through the thing.
Yeah, I'll probably come across here.
Okay, that is not safe. Oh yeah.
Actually, people have gone across here.
Okay, here comes Dan trying to cross Bateman Creek.
I'm going to use this tree.
Yes, and bend it like Beckham.
It's kind of bending the
If
wrong
you go,
way.
step down there. Okay?
I can't watch this.
Okay.
Okay. Here, give me a hand.
Okay, I'm coming across. There we go. There we go. The Revenge of Skunk Hollow complete!
Yeah.
Well, we are back at Bateman Creek again, and once again, we have to try and get across it. The good news is I fully expect this crossing to be much less adventurous.
Pretty sparkly pink pen.
Come on over here. Little boy. Little boy. Up here. Okay, come on.
Get up right there.
There we go. Right there.
Yay!
Yay, wet dogs! Okay, so I lied about this bridge or this creek crossing not being as adventurous as the last one because we're at Camp Adventure! And for the record, I do believe you have to pronounce it Camp Adventure! Or bottom body.
Or anything else for that matter.
This is a warning.
It's a warning to people who come to Camp Adventure! Warning, adventure awaits! And now we're back at camp. As you can tell, when we go out caching and hiking, we have a lot of fun. We get a little silly, but we really enjoy ourselves, and I think that's what it's all about. But now it's time to just kind of sit back, relax, and do one of my favorite camping activities, stare at the trees. All right, well, it's the next morning now after our adventure on Ole Buck and Bateman Creek. And as you can see, snow's all gone, the sun's out, temperature's pretty nice. We've got the last of our Lego blocks here to throw in the trailer, and it's time to get on the road and head for home.
Yep, it was a good time with good friends. Nice mix of campsite, walking, and some more urban activities in Banff.
1, 2, 3. 7 swampy areas, half of 6 geocaches, 5-kilometer hike, 4 geocachers, 3 little froggies, 2 muddy doggies, and
And a green cache in a tree.